I also had a tsunami dream. This was May 4th, 2006. And again, this dream within the dream. I know y'all just love those, but that's the only way I know how to describe it. Dream within a dream. In this dream, I saw this huge wave, and it was heading towards American shores. This wave was, and it was coming in. And then I began to tell Stan in this dream, so it goes to the second dream, and I told Stan, I said, I saw it coming, Stan, because I'm thinking I'm awake, but I'm still dreaming, okay? He says, well, how tall was it? And I said, it was 20 stories tall. I heard the Lord say it's 20 stories tall. He says, don't you mean 20 feet? And I said, no. I said, the Lord says it's 20 stories tall. About that time in this dream, we got located on this huge ship. And Stan's in the front of the ship. He's guiding the ship. And he's like got this microphone that could be heard all around. And he's telling all these other ships in the area to help block the tsunami. There was a warning that it was coming, and he saw it was coming, and he wanted to help warn so it wouldn't do the devastation. As he's guiding and getting all these ships, there were different size ones. I mean, there were some fisherman ships, there were some little bitty boats, there were some huge yachts, there were some like cruise ships type size, those kind of things. And Stan was trying to get them to line up so it would try to block that wave so it wouldn't make as much damage. And as Stan's kind of guiding these ships and getting in the right order, he goes down this small waterway, kind of like one that's entering into the ocean. And as he goes down this small waterway, he sees someone down there on a small boat, and he starts yelling at him, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. And I said, no, Stan, no, wait a minute. I said, he's leading someone to the Lord. Listen, you can hear him leading someone to the Lord. And he goes, oh, okay, all right, I'll leave him alone for a little bit. He's leading someone to the Lord. That's what we need. That's what we need. He was like all excited. Okay, finally, somebody's paying attention. So as he guides these ships, I'd say about 20 or so, on this waterfront, trying to break the tsunami, all it could do is keep it from being total devastation. The interpretation is that huge disaster is prevalent. And I believe that probably the Lord did show me a tsunami. And I don't know which coast. I don't know where it came. I don't know where it hit. But I do know it's going to be 20 stories tall, at least. It's going to be that tall. And if you look at a building, if you look at this building, at the one the wave's coming in on, that's probably about 20 stories. That's how tall that wave's going to be. The Prophecy Club was out in front warning and trying to get others to warn. So he grabbed a few ministries. That's what those ships represented. The different size, some were small, some were big. He got a few of them, not very many, to help start getting that warning out. But because he couldn't get enough of them, it could not stop the devastation. But at least it helped get the warning out where there were a few that were still leading others to the Lord. That was the interpretation. We can't stop it, but there still will be some that are saved. At least there's some good news in that one.